Alright, got it installed. So I just did inside the rear fender both sides, front fender both sides, under the tank both sides, and then a light strip on the bottom down there, the smallest light strip. Could not use the 8th light strip because I had an issue with the main box not having output on one of the wires. This is on a 2003 Shadow 1100. There is the app that you use, Happy Lighting. You can try to get that so you can scan it if you needed to. Happy Lighting. So yeah, I had a problem with the main box and the remote, and I didn't figure this out until I started getting everything installed. I had to take my front fender off to get the light strips up in there, and I figured I'd plug it in again, since I just tested a couple light strips before I started installing it, and one of my fender strips would not light, and the problem was coming off of the main box that connects to the battery that receives the signals. One of the wires, I guess, or something inside the box, because I couldn't see a problem with the wire, would not light one of the channels. So only 7 channels works on mine. Try to get a hold of the manufacturer and see if I can what we can do about that. So that was kind of a huge bummer, because I'd already taken stuff apart and started installing stuff, and it's kind of a tedious job depending on how deep you get into it. I wanted to hide all my LEDs so you couldn't see the actual diodes, and everything just glowed. So besides one channel not working, the remote does not work at all. I did try replacing the battery. You can see the red light glowing here when I push a button, but it just does nothing at all, which would have been nice because I wanted to just use red, and I didn't really want to download the app and have another app on my phone. But anyhow, the app works really good, connected easily, and there's like 200 modes in the Bluetooth app, and any single color you want really out of the color wheel or palette. There's also other things you can customize. This can be, I think, have mic sensitivity, that kind of stuff. This is all going to be programmed from the remote. I mean, from the Bluetooth app. This did seem to work, but it's pretty basic, and out of 200 modes, I couldn't get a solid single color without trying to cycle through them all on this key fob. But the Bluetooth app, you can flick through the 200 modes and pick one, or just pick solid color, no problem. So here's what the little strips look like. So far, they're sticking okay. I'm going to press on them again before I wash the bike and use it a lot. But I made sure I just went through and made sure I pressed really well after cleaning with, I washed it, made sure it was dry, and then I used alcohol on a old sock and just made sure I rubbed the surface where I was going to stick this before I removed the backing, and stuck it down, and then made sure I pressed really hard for like 10 seconds and then move. Don't want these things falling off in the wheel wells. If something happens more than the remote not working and one of the channels not working, I'll try to update and let you know. But it's, as you can see, it looks pretty neat for only 7 channels. Just wish that 8th one would have worked. It did work originally, actually, to let you know. And as I was installing it, it got dimmer, dimmer, dimmer. And it looked like the light strip was going out. But once I plugged into a different plug, it lit up perfectly. And then when I go back to that plug on the main box, that single channel wouldn't work. So that's just the way it was. That's a manufacturer defect. Okay, hopefully this is helpful. Here's your voltage perimeters.